Hello guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for watching. I do not take it for granted. Trust me, I really appreciate it. So we're talking about hashtag taking up space. I mean guys, this is an amazing topic, and mainly because of the history behind it, being that our Miss Universe, she was recently crowned, and one of the things that she said was we should take up space. I mean, that inspired me a lot, to even a point where I even launched a brand, Booby brand, which is currently clothing, like t-shirt with a lot of inspirational messages on them. So Booby brand, meaning be you, be inspired. It's now or never. But anyway, today we're not going to be talking about Booby brand. We'll talk about it another time actually. So taking up space, I think one of the important things about taking up space is firstly being true to yourself. And you cannot be true to yourself if you're not honest about the things that happened, the things that are happening, and how you can actually move past them. I think I'll mention a few things that I think we need to take into account before we can say that, you know what, we are all filled up, we are ready to take up space. The first thing, you need to forgive yourself for all the wrongs that you've done. Remember that doing mistakes does not mean you are a failure. Making mistakes does not mean that you would never succeed. So you need to forgive yourself for such things. Number two, forgive yourself for not loving yourself as you are, for not appreciating yourself as you are, for not appreciating your hair, the way you look, the color of your skin, and everything like that. So another thing being that forgive yourself for doing things for other people and not doing them for yourself. Because I think the biggest mistake that we do is that we tend to want to please other people, and then we forget about ourselves. Forgive yourself from allowing the society to control how you should live your life. Guys, there are a lot of people that want to own your life. Like each and every day they'll ask you, how old are you? Are you married? Do you have a car? Are you working? Where are you working? And all that. How about you do this? How about you do that? I mean, who are you to tell me how I should live my life? It's one thing to have a mentor. It's one thing to have someone that you look up to. It's one thing to have a friend that can engage with you and advise you when you are off ramping and doing something wrong. That is a different story. But it's another thing when you come from nowhere and try to come and tell me how I should live my life or how I should do things. So it's high time that we stop allowing the society to control how we need to live our lives. It's time for you to make decisions for yourself and being true to yourself. In that way, I believe that you can actually say you are taking up space. And another thing that is mainly a concern is that you've got people that doubt themselves. You cannot take up space if you still doubt yourself. You cannot take up space if you do not trust yourself. You cannot take up space if you do not believe in your idea, if you do not believe in your work, in the talents that you have, or anything that you wish to do. I mean, if you want me to buy into what you're doing, or to support you in what you're doing, whether be it business or an idea, if you want me to support you, if you want me to buy into it, yet you are not confident about it, how am I going to be convinced that this is the ish, this is something great? So you need to believe in yourself, trust yourself enough, because even those great ideas that you have, they are more powerful than you can ever imagine. And only because you have the idea. Because you need to remember that even if you can tell someone an idea, to them it will just be an idea because they do not understand where the idea comes from or how you have it in mind, what you saw, the gaps that you saw in the market that needs to be fixed, that needs to be dealt with. that needs that particular idea. So another person will not understand it better than you do. So if you are not confident and trusting yourself and believing in yourself enough, that is not gonna work, basically, and it's gonna be a huge problem. I don't believe in something called you getting lucky and all that. I believe that God works in mysterious ways. You don't just get lucky. Something that you do, if it's meant to be, it will happen. But now I also want to say this, that what you do now, it's an example of, not an example, but it's an idea of what will happen to you tomorrow, or how your life can turn out tomorrow. And I mean this because, like, let's make an interview, for example. When you get into an interview, cramming all the information about the company and how they do things and all that, and nailing the interview, telling them about yourself, telling them what you can do, and then they offer you the job. When they offer you the job, you get to start work and everything. Now you're expected to put in the work. Whatever that you said you can do, you have to put it into action. So if you're not honest with yourself, when you have to put in the work or the action, it will prove whether you are genuine or NJI or Fong Kong. Fong Kong, obviously, I mean that you are not actually correct or genuine about what you say you can do or what you could do. So you need to believe in yourself, guys. Like, we need to do that. And I think that can be the main emphasis about taking ownership of your life and taking up space. If you don't have that pride in you, that, hey, you know what, I'm proud of this woman. This woman is capable and she can do amazing things. And not looking down on yourself can also be a good example of things. Sometimes you walk into a space and then you find amazing women with great talent, good skills, and doing amazing work out there. And then you get there, you're like, oh, I'm actually at the beginning, at the starting stage. And these guys are just rolling, are just on another level. Hey, these people started somewhere as well. I mean, my YouTube has about 210 subscribers at this point, and I can't help but be inspired by other YouTubers who have 200,000 subscribers, 70K subscribers, 200K, 40K, whatever. I mean, I'm inspired by those people and I see them doing great, but I know that they had their journey and I have my own journey. So now you trying to compare yourself to others can actually kill your brand, can actually kill your progress, because you want to compare yourself with people that are already in the game. You want to compare yourself with people that have a different idea of how to market their brands and everything, and then you forget to be yourself. You forget to be yourself. There's nothing amazing than being yourself. I mean, we probably all like victims of sometimes wanting to be someone else or do things in a certain way and all that. Like, I must say, even on YouTube, I kind of try to just be someone else, be all, hey, my name is Ntabi and all that, trying to speak like it doesn't work. It doesn't work. If I don't give you who I am, if the person that I'm giving you right now is a different person from when, like, let's say we meet in person and then you see someone different, then these are two different people. So it's important for you to be yourself. It's important for you to do you and sell yourself the best way possible by being true to yourself, being honest about who you are, what you're about. And people fall in love with personality. People fall in love with the real you. So if you're not going to give out the best of you, then unfortunately there isn't going to be another way of doing great things, because you are being fake. So stop being fake, just be you. So with that said, I think I delved much into self-introspection and obviously how you can take up space. But I thought that would be a great way to start with this hashtag take up space, because you do not start building without having a foundation. You do not start building without having a very solid foundation. So the foundation is the most important thing. So make sure that your foundation is sorted before you start building, because the minute you start building and yet your foundation is not solid and is not strong, whatever that you're building is just gonna fall down. And when it falls down, it means that you're gonna lose everything that you've worked hard for. Where else you could actually start at the beginning, the foundation stage, and doing things right. Do not compete with others. Pace yourself. You know your journey. You know where you are. Be honest with yourself to say, okay, you know what? This is me. This is my life. This is my work. This is what I want to achieve. And I can only get there if I do 1, 2, 3. So you can't do everything all at once. You can't want to jump from one step to the 10th step. That is impossible. So it's important for you to pace yourself and stay in your lane. Staying in your lane means that you focus on what you need to do. Do not pressure yourself, because we put so much pressure on ourselves and want to achieve so much. And that, again, being that we are focused on making people see what we've done and being able to post about it, to say, hey, this is what I've achieved. This is what I was able to do in a month or two. And you know, something about social media, something about posting or even telling people about what you've done and all that, it's really not important than, you know, the initial thing that you've already done. What do I mean by that? What I mean is being quick to take something into social media because you've achieved it. It's no one else's business. It's a conversation that you can have another time, whatever, but it's no one else's business. It's your business. The fact that you achieved 1, 2, 3, that's your business. Yes, if you feel you want to share it, but do not pressure yourself. Do not have the social media depression. You know, there's a video that I shared about that, you know, sometimes you do so much on YouTube or on social media that, you know, puts you under depression, because you are looking at what other people are posting, and then you feel like, I also need to do that. No, darlings, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So make sure that you pace yourself, you do your things. Bona, and I love posting pictures. I love, you know, being on social media and sharing my success. Yes, sometimes I do that, but not all the time. And I don't do it because I'm pressurized, but I do it because I feel like doing it. And I do it, like, you would notice that most of my posts are more motivational. You can see me posting my own picture, but there has to be a positive message on it. So that's me. I'm all about that. You know, there has to be some kind of inspiration. There has to be some kind of, you know, an opinion of some sort. Not just posting, you know. Well, sometimes, yes, I just post with my drink, or maybe I'm just at an event and I'm like having fun. It's okay. By the way, it's okay to have fun. So I don't mean like don't post those things, but I think you get me when I say that. Do not do things because you are forced to, or there's some kind of pressure on your side. There is no pressure. Do you, darling, and make sure that you focus on you. Take up space and do it right by making sure that you are true to yourself and honest with yourself and honest with your intentions. Because you can have intentions, you can have an idea that you want to do, but if you don't become honest with yourself and be clear about what you want, then it will be difficult for you to get there. So I will leave you with these words that we need to take up space. It's our time, and our time is now. There is no time to sit back and wait for things to happen. You gotta kick those doors. Kick those doors and make things happen. If you knock on a door and it doesn't open, bona, kick it. If you keep knocking but no one is answering, there are other doors. Keep knocking. If there's no door, create that door. Create that door and stop waiting for that door to be created for you, because it starts with you. And if you can start believing in yourself enough that you can actually take up space and make things happen, no one else will believe you. I mean, I'm a founder of IL Design's Creative Approach, which is a media company. I do designs, I do branding and all of that. Tomorrow, I'll be up there, amongst all the biggest companies in the world. Is that possible? Yes, it is. Am I capable? Yes, I am. Are you capable? Yes, you are. It's all about starting now and believing in yourself and trusting yourself enough that you can make it happen. With that said, go out there and take up space. Please make sure that you subscribe on my channel, and you can follow me on Instagram as Real Talk with Ntabi and all the other platforms. But you can see on the comment section there, description section, I'll have all my links there for you to engage with me. So please make sure that you also comment, share your ideas on what I just said. Maybe not idea, maybe your input on what I just shared, because I think we need to engage about this. And let's get talking. Share with your friends. Let's get engaged. Let's engage about this. Let's talk about this. It's time to take up space. Let's do this, guys. With that said, bye.